Rip my shirt.
Okay.
So I'm going to present my screen, give you about 5 minutes on the warm-up. It's kind of a review of everything we've done so far, so do your best on it. So we're going to have a distributive property problem, there's 2 decimal problems, and then a GCF. So I'm going to put on some music, give you 5 minutes, go for it.
Sorry I'm late, Miss Jones.
That's all right, we're just working on our warm-up for math.
I was jumping on our trampoline.
Sounds like more fun than what we were doing now.
Yeah, because in the past hour I learned how to do a back-to-back-to-back backflip.
Dang.
Instead
I
of
think
doing
I'd break my neck.
I almost did break my neck, actually.
Well, maybe
Just
don't
like-
break your neck.
Like just less than a minute ago, actually. Because I landed on my right here.
Right. Alrighty, focus on your warm-up. Do about
Okay.
4 minutes.
Jones, I've heard this song before, but I forgot what it's called.
It moves like Jagger.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Sorry, Mrs. Ellis was in here. I was talking to Miss Ellis real quick. So let's go ahead and go over these. I'm going to stop presenting. Can you guys hear me? We're good?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
Alrighty.
I can hear you.
So let's go over these. Number one.
Yeah.
Open it up. We were doing the distributive property. 7 times 9 minus 5.
Hello.
Can you guys see the full board? Numbers 1, 2, and 3 behind me?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we're taking the number 7 and multiplying it to the 9 and the 5. Don't forget that second number. So what's 7 times 9?
63.
63. This subtraction just moves straight down. And then what's 7 times 5?
35.
35.
And then what do you get when you subtract? What's your final answer?
28.
Good. 28. Thank you. 28 is your final answer here. How'd you guys do? Good? Back.
My
Good.
audio isn't very good.
Good.
Okay, number 2, we're multiplying 6 and 4/10 times 3. Remember, when you multiply decimals, you do not need to line them up. You just multiply like normal. So what's 3 times 4?
192. 192.
Times 4.
12.
Oh, 12.
12. Carry your 1. Then 3 times 6 is what?
18.
18.
1.
19.
19. So 192 is my answer?
No. No, we have to bring down your decimal.
We got to move our decimal. There's one place value behind our decimal in our problem, so we need to move it one place value here. So 19 and 2/10 is your final answer on that one. How'd you guys do? Good? Good.
Good.
You're good.
Pretty good? All right, let's do some addition. 8 plus 7 and 93 hundredths. Now, before I even line these up, what do I need to do with my decimals in this?
You have to line them up.
We got to line them up. I have the number 8, though. Where's the decimal in the number 8?
Before the 8.
Before it? After it. Decimal in a whole number goes after the whole number. So we have 8.00 plus 7 and 93 hundredths. Now we add. What's 3 plus 0?
3.
Good. 0 plus 9.
9.
And then 8 plus 7.
15.
15. How do I put my decimal in this number?
Straight down.
Bring it straight down. So 15 and 93 hundredths is your answer for that one. How'd you guys do?
Good. Good. Pretty good.
Is there a quizzes today?
We are going to try and get to the quizzes today, yes.
Yay.
Remember GCF of 8 and 12.
Well, we only do quizzes on like when we do math.
Probably, yeah. Maybe I'll see if there's other ones for the other subjects, but I prefer it for math. So we need to find our greatest common factor. So we need to do our factor trees for 8 and 12. So what numbers multiply to 8?
4 and 2.
2 and 4.
Are either of them prime?
2 is
So we can circle it. 4 though, what goes into 4?
2 and 2.
2 times 2. Good. What about 12? What multiplies into 12?
3 and 4.
6 and 2.
3 and 4, 6 and 2. Does it matter which way you choose to do it?
Nope.
No.
What about 4? What goes into 4 again?
2 and 2.
2 and 2.
Good. Now we need to do LCM. GCF, do our lineup. I'm going to put the 8 on top, so we have 2, 2, 2. We use those numbers. Now we need to do our matchy-matchy. Can I match a 3?
No. Yeah, no.
No, so it needs to go on the top row. Can I match a 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. What about the other two?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've matched everything. What do I do with all these numbers now?
Multiply.
Multiply. Good. And we only need the GCF. So 2 times 2 is
4. 4.
4. There's our answer. How'd you guys do on that one?
Good.
Good. Great.
Good. I'm glad. Because you guys are going to have a bit of a quiz on that stuff tomorrow. So hopefully that
GRE.
did well for you.
Great.
Now, for math today, we're going to kind of do some whole class review. I'm going to present my screen, and we're going to kind of look at, so there's 7 problems total, but I think we're only going to do 4 together just to talk about word problems and stuff, and then we'll do the quizzes. So let's start with this one. Zoom in.
Okay. I already know them.
All right.
Is this a test we're doing?
No, we're just going to do these together. We're going to do number 1 and 2 on this one and number 1 and 2 on the other one, just to kind of talk about word problems, practice some dividing with word problems, and then you guys will do the quizzes. Sound good?
Yeah.
Cool. So for number 1 here, well, when we talk about word problems, hang on, I'll be right back. I don't know if I've caught everybody on my
And I was actually just gonna hang out and watch what you were doing before I go to Ellison's.
For sure.
5 minutes.
Oh, you gotta go. All right. So we have, well, with word problems, the main thing we need to do is find some keywords, right? So for number 1, it says a neighborhood garden is 3/4 of an acre, is to be divided into 6 equal areas. What is the size of each area? So we know we're doing division because that's the whole standard. But what word in here tells you that we're doing division?
Divide.
Yeah, it literally says it's going to be divided into, right? So we need to do that division. And we need to figure out what we're going to divide. So what 2 numbers are we going to be dividing here when we look at it?
3 and 4.
Kind of. So 3,
fourths.
yeah, that's 3/4. So that's the fraction 3/4. So we have the number 3/4 of an acre. And then we're dividing it into how many equal areas?
6.
6. 6 equal areas. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my screen so you guys can watch what I'm writing on the board. Okay, so we have this area. It's 3/4 of an acre, right? We'll just pretend that that's 3/4 of an acre. And we're going to split it into 6 sections. So we need to figure out how much area is in one section. So what is my division problem going to be here? What order am I going to divide this in? Okay, let me ask it a different way.
You're gonna
Divided by 6, or is it divided by 3/4?
6 divided by 3/4.
Well, if we did 6 divided by 3/4, that would look like this. 3, 4. We'd have 6 boxes, and we'd split each of them into 3/4. So does that
No,
look like this?
3/4 divided by 6.
Yeah, we're going to take the 3/4 up here and divide it by the number 6. So we're taking this area 3/4 and splitting it into 6 equal sections. So 3/4 divided by 6. Before I can do keep, change, flip, what do I need to do with this 6? It's a whole number. What can I do to it?
Make it an improper.
Make it improper. How do I do that?
You have to switch the 6 around.
Close. All you got to do is just one little thing. The 6 becomes 6 over what?
3.
1.
Oh.
6 over 1. To make a whole number a fraction, just put it over 1. And you're good. Now we can do our keep, change, flip. Keep this the same, change division, and then flip that problem. So if I'm keeping 3/4 the same, what's it going to look like on my next line? If I keep it the same.
3/4 times 1/6.
Good. 3/4 stays the same. Division changes to multiplication. We flip 6 over 1 to 1 over 6. Now, when you multiply, you just go straight across. So what's 3 times 1? 3. And then what's 4 times 6?
24.
24. Now, this could be our answer, but it's not. Why is it not completely our answer?
Because you can divide
Simplify it.
Good. Both of you are right. We need to simplify. We need to make this the fraction in lowest terms. So what number goes into both 3 and 6, or sorry, 24 evenly?
3.
3. We can divide the top by 3 and the bottom by 3. If you divide the top, you have to do the bottom as well.
1/8.
And our final answer is what?
1/8.
1/8, and it's acres. Because if we were to put a, whatever it's called, label on it. Okay. So the main part of dividing fractions is thinking about the order it goes in. The hardest part is figuring out the division sentence, not the actual dividing, I think. I think you guys will do okay with the actual dividing part. It's just which number goes first and which number goes second. That's the hardest part. Do you guys agree with that?
Yep.
Yep. All right. So there was 1. Let's look at number 2. Number 2. Let me present again.
Oh, I just remember I have the packet.
All right, number 2. We have Raphael has 5/8 of a pumpkin pie left. He divided it into 7 equal slices. How much of the pie is each slice? So we need to figure out which number is divided by what. We know we're dividing because it says we divided it.
The test.
Huh? Say that again?
How come we don't have the test?
Because I didn't need to give it to you.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm not going to have you guys finish the problems or anything. I have a different thing for you guys to do instead later.
What about me?
We're just doing a little bit of practice together.
Oh, it's
Do we have an assignment?
Yeah, you will at the end. Yep.
so dumb. It said practice on top.
Okay. So we have 5/8 of a pumpkin pie left. So that's like saying that we have like this much of a pumpkin pie, like a little bit of a pumpkin pie. And we need to divide it into 7 equal slices. So I'm going to write this out and then go to me. Okay. Let me go ahead and okay. Sorry, wasn't working. There we go. Okay, so if we look behind me, this is about 5/8. It's not the most perfect drawing, but it's about 5/8. If we were to have the rest of the pie, there it is. But we're working with this 5/8, right? That was a terrible circle. It's fine. If I'm going to take this much of the pie and split it into 7 pieces so 7 people can eat it, we're just going to like start doing some dividing here. So that would be about 7 pieces. How am I going to write this out as a problem? Is it 5/8 divided by 7 or 7 divided by 5/8? What do you guys think?
5/8 divided by 7.
Yeah, we're going to take the amount of pie left. So 5/8 is the amount of pie. And we're going to divide it by the 7 people that want pie, so that we know how much of the pie each person gets. Now, again, we have another whole number. What do I need to do before I can divide?
Make it an improper I can't pronounce it.
Make it an improper fraction by putting it over 1. 7 over 1 is the same thing as saying 7. Okay? Now we have our division problem. What do I need to do now?
Change.
Yeah.
Keep the 5 the same and make the division multiply.
Okay, so we need to do our KCF. Keep, change, flip. So we keep 5/8 the same. We change division into multiplication. And we flip 7 over 1 to 1 over 7. And then we can multiply. What's 5 times 1?
5.
And then what is 8 times 7? 56. So everybody's going to get 5/56 of the pie, which is not very much pie. I'm not going to lie. You don't get very much pie if there's only 5/8 left. Okay. How you guys feeling about this so far? Doing all right? Making a little bit of sense?
Good.
Okay.
Good. I think I got all of them right.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and we're going to do 2 more. This time we're going to do some problems with mixed numbers. So instead of just the fraction, we're going to throw in some mixed numbers as well. Okay.
I think only one of them. Wait.
So we're going to do number 1 and 2 on this. We have Sheila is baking a few cakes for the bake sale at her school. Each cake requires 2.5 cups of sugar. How many cakes can she bake if she has 7 1/3 cups of sugar? So she has this box of sugar that has 7 1/3 cups in it. And she wants to make as many cakes as possible, but each cake takes 2.5 cups of sugar. So we need to figure out how many cakes she can make. So what order am I going to divide in? 2.5 divided by 7 1/3, or 7 1/3 divided by 2.5? What do you guys think? Do we need to draw it out again? Okay. All right, so if we have 7 1/3 cups of sugar total, and we're splitting it into 2.5 cups each, we're going to take our first number, 7 1/3, and divide it by 2.5. So in this case, I'm going to erase this. We're taking 7 1/3 and dividing it by 2.5 to figure out how many cakes she can make total. But as we learned yesterday, we can't just divide this. What do I have to do to it first?
Make it a proper fraction.
We need to make these improper fractions. So remember the process. You need to take your whole number 7, multiply it by the denominator. So 7 times 3, and then we need to add the numerator, the 1. So what is 7 times 3?
21.
21.
21. Plus 1? 22. 22 becomes our new numerator. It goes on the top. What goes on the bottom? What's my denominator? 3. It stays the same from what it was above. Okay? We're still dividing. We're not done yet. We need to change this one now. We're going to do 2 times 2. What is 2 times 2?
4.
Plus 1?
5.
5.
Yeah.
Over, what's my denominator?
2.
Good. So now we have our 2 fractions, our improper fractions. Once we're here, what step can I take now?
KCF.
KCF.
KCF. Keep, change, flip. So we keep 22/3 the same. What do I change division to?
Multiplication.
Multiply. What do I flip 5 halves to?
2
2 over 5. 2 over 5. 2/5. And now we multiply straight across. What's 22 times 2?
44.
Good. 44 over 3 times 5?
15.
15.
Good. Now, this looks like we're done, but we're not. What do I still need to do?
We need to make it a mixed
Yes,
number.
we need to make it a mixed number. Right now, it's an improper fraction. We have to
So you
change
have
it
to
to
divide it.
Good. You take the top number, 44, divided by the bottom. So 44 divided by 15. How many times does 15 go into 44?
It only goes.
I don't know what's wrong with my computer, but the sound in the whole computer isn't working.
Time.
Did you restart it?
I don't think he can hear us, guys. I'm just going to try text him real quick. Okay. So we have,
2.
how many times is 15 going to 44? Sorry.
2 times.
Twice.
Which
What
is
is 2 times 15?
30.
30. And what do you get when you subtract?
14.
14. Good. So this becomes, the 2 becomes our whole number. The 14, the remainder, becomes our numerator. And our 15, the number we divided by, is our denominator. So our answer here is 2 and 14/15. But it's asking how many cakes can, I don't know her name. What was her name? Sheila? Is that right? I don't know. Whoever the lady was that was trying to make cakes, she needs to have the full amount to make it, right? So we know that she can for sure make 2 cakes. Does she have enough left over to make another cake?
No.
No, so
No.
she can actually only make 2 cakes. There's not enough sugar left over with 14/15 to make that third cake. She can only make 2 full cakes. So if we were to answer this question, it would only be 2 cakes because there's just not enough. It's like if you're trying to make it to somewhere on a certain amount of gas, but you don't have enough gas. You just can't make it. Does that make sense? Why it's only 2 cakes? Yep. All right. Let's do one more problem. Okay, I'm present my screen again. All right. One last problem and then we'll do our quizzes. Sheldon is a long distance runner. He can run a mile at a consistent pace of 6 4/5 minutes, which is quite fast. How many miles can he run in 30 minutes? So, we're trying to figure out how far he can run in 30 minutes. So, he has 30 minutes to run. And it takes him 6 4/5 minutes per mile. Right? It's actually a really fast mile. I don't know if you guys run miles very often, but that's a very fast mile. So we know that he's going to run for 30 minutes total. And if we split that into 6 4/5 minutes, we're going to find out how many miles he ran. So what division am I going to do? 30 divided by 6 4/5 or 6 4/5 divided by 30?
6 4/5 divided by 30.
So that's backwards. Flip it. Okay, so if we were to draw this out, let's say this is our full 30 minutes. Okay, this whole timeline is 30 minutes. We're going to split it into 6 4/5 sections to see how many miles he runs. So we're taking the 30 minutes and dividing it by the minutes it takes him to run a mile. So we're taking 30, dividing it by 6 4/5. Okay. Do we see how that works? Does that make some sense?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So now before we do this, we need to change these both to improper fractions. How do I change 30 to an improper fraction?
Put the 1 under it.
Just to put a 1 under it. 30 over 1 divided by. Now we need to change 6 4/5. What do I do?
Put a 1 under it to
Well,
make
we
it
need to do
well,
the improper fraction.
oh, 34.
Yeah, we're going to take our whole number 6, multiply it by 5, and add 4. So 6 times 5 is 30, plus 4, 34. What's my denominator?
5 and
5. Good. Okay. Now that we have improper fractions, what can I do to these numbers?
you
Or how do I do my division?
you have to get rid of the division. You have to flip 34 and 5.
Good. So we're going to do our KCF, right? Keep
Yep.
flip. So we're going to keep 30 over 1. Change
And
division
then
to what?
Change the
multiply.
division multiplication
Good. And then what do we flip 34/5 to?
to 8 for 34.
5 34ths. Okay, and then we need to multiply. So take a minute, do that multiplication, figure out what our answer is here.
So now, am I just saying that I don't know. I'm making the whole kit and caboodle. That means they escaped here and they got away.
Okay, does anybody have 30 times 5?
150 over 34.
Good, 150 over 34. So again, we have an improper fraction, so we're not done. How do I change this from an improper fraction to a mixed number?
You have to multiply it. I mean, you have to divide it.
Yeah, we have to divide 150 divided by 34. I don't actually know this one off the top of my head. I can do the other ones usually, but not this one. 34 does not go into 1 or 15. How many times does it go into 150?
4.
4 times? So what do you get?
You get 140.
140. Close. 136. You're off by a couple more.
Once it's still not working, I just started it.
Okay.
And I turned up the volume all the way.
All right. We'll get him a different computer in a minute. We just need to finish this off and do our subtraction here. What's 150 minus 136? Are you guys still there? Am I alone now? For real though, you guys are all there. No one's gonna talk.
14.
There we go. 14. Thanks. So our whole number here is 4. That's our big number. 14 is
Mr.
our
Jones.
leftover. Yep.
I can turn on the captions and I can read it.
Yeah, you can try that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So here's our answer here. In 30 minutes, whoever the dude was, I don't remember his name, he can run 4 and 14 34ths miles. We could actually simplify this a little bit. What would this simplify to? What number goes into both 14 and 34?
2.
2 goes into both, so we can actually
It
divide
kicked
it.
me off.
What's 14 divided by 2?
7.
7. So we have 7 over, what's 34 divided by 2?
27.
Close, that's a little too high.
17.
17. So, final answer, 4 and 7/17 miles is how far he can run in 30 minutes, which is very far. Or that's a lot to run, not gonna lie. I don't think I'd want to do that. Don't like running that much. So, there's a little bit of practice there. Let's go ahead and work on a quizzes. I have it pulled up already, so we're just gonna go right into it. Hopefully you guys are prepared. We'll see how you do. We might do a little bit more practice before we take your test tomorrow. Can you guys see my screen? Alrighty. So the quizzes that we're gonna do is just dividing fractions to word problems. Do your best on it. It might not be it's not going to be easy. So do your best. Take your time. So joinmyquiz.com, enter the game code, and then try to use your first name, please, not any nickname or anything. Cool. How many people are there in this meeting? 17? All right, so wait a few minutes, let people get logged in. I'm going to go move to my desk so that my computer doesn't die. Alright, we got most of you guys in. Let's wait for a couple more.
There are 19 people on the call.
There's not, there's only 17. One of them is me, and the other one is me presenting my screen. So there's 17, so we're just waiting on a couple people. Don't really know. I don't know who it is, though. All right, we'll wait about one more minute. So for this quizzes, it's 11 problems. They're all word problems with dividing, they're all word problems with dividing fractions. Just do your best, take your time. We're in no hurry here. When you're done, I'm going to show you this really quick. On Google Classroom, that's my Google Drive. In Google Classroom, if you're looking at my screen, while we've been working on this stuff, under math, we had a dividing fractions independent practice assignment post. So if you finish early and you want to go work on this assignment, you can. This is just one that I'm going to be grading, so take your time. One of the major things about Google Forms and fractions is if you type out your answer and it does not match the one that I put in exactly, Like if you put a space between something and I didn't in my answer, it's going to mark it wrong. So keep in mind that when you go and you look at your score on this, like when it tells you you got a 5 out of 10, but your numbers are correct, it's just because I have to go in and grade it myself. So don't worry if you do bad on it. I have to go grade it. If your numbers are the same, you have the correct answer. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's go ahead and go back to quizzes
Yeah.
and get going. Try to keep your microphone off so that the song doesn't like bounce back and forth. Take your time. Good luck.